Moving on to our game of the day, Monday Night Football. All of these lines, of course, are according to FanDuel Sportsbook. We've got the Rams, 7-2, 4-0 on the road at the 49ers, who are 3-5 and winless at home. An NFC West showdown. Let's go. Rams favored by 3.5 as of right now, with the total of 50.5. Arky, where are you going with this game tonight?
So this one feels pretty cut and dry, right? Like we're talking about, yes, it's a divisional matchup, and that's a big deal. But
Yes.
the big deal is that we're looking at a Rams team who is white hot right now. Well, not as of last week, but this season they've been great. They're one of the top offenses in just about every statistical category. They are the top offense when it comes to the passing the rock around. And they are really, really, really good. They're also super talented on defense, too, and they're going to San Francisco, and they're only getting 3.5 points in that game. It feels a lot kind of like a trap because San Francisco's dealing with a whole bunch of injuries. They haven't been very good this season. They haven't been very good at home either as of late. You get an extra day for this. That is kind of good, but the only bad news for the Chargers is that, for the Rams, is that they lost Robert Woods the same day that Odell Beckham Jr. showed up to practice for the Los Angeles Rams. And it's not a direct one-for-one trade in there, but there are worse teams to have had bad injuries to the wide receiver position happen. That offense doesn't go through him. It goes through Cooper Kupp. So the Rams are probably going to be fine in that case. The only thing I don't like about this game in favor of the Rams, the only thing, is that underdogs are 20-9 against the spread this season in primetime games.
Really?
Underdogs, 20-9. I don't think that's going to be a case tonight for San Francisco. I really can't find a way that San Francisco plays long enough into this game to where it's not at least a touchdown win for Los Angeles. It really feels like also a big bounce back spot after getting punked a little bit by the Titans last Sunday night for the Rams to come back and to be able to win. So I really do like the Rams here tonight, and I like them to win big.
All right. Well, I'm just going to kind of reiterate what you said. Obviously, yes, wide receiver Robert Woods out for the season with a torn ACL. Luckily, they just signed that guy by the name of Odell Beckham Jr., who's expected to see some playing time tonight, by the way. Von Miller is currently questionable. 49ers are looking for their 5th straight win over the Rams, though. That surprised me. Both teams coming off losses, as we said. Rams were rolling before that, having won 4 straight. This spread, Arky, honestly felt closer than I would have expected. But as we know, like we said, divisional games can be anyone's game, last night excluded. Plus those losses, as previously mentioned. 49ers also plagued with some injuries, including tackle Mike McGlinchey is going to be out. Tight end George Kittle is questionable, and the list goes on for San Francisco. Rams are averaging 29 points per game, allowing 21. 49ers, on the flip, are putting up an average of 23 and allowing 25. So they're not too far off there, but I'm sure if that helps me on the total here, why not? I'm not going to be looking at the spread, even though I do like the Rams. The Rams are 12-3-1 against the spread in their last 16 games. Sorry, I am going to be looking at the spread. Not. Just kidding. They're 12-3-1 against the spread in their last 16 games following a straight-up loss, but they are 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games and 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 against the 49ers. Again, the 49ers are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6. So this is close, but like you said, it should be cut and dry. I'm going to take the Rams minus 3.5 and stay away from the total. So we're aligned on that.
Yeah, this scares me a little bit, just being so cut and dry, because I felt similarly about Indianapolis and the Jets a couple of Thursdays ago, thinking that's almost too cut and dry. But I still ended up liking the Jets and the Colts in that game overall. This feels like another situation too. It's almost too cut and dry to make sense.
It's one of those that could easily go the other way, and we want to be surprised.
I mean, yeah, but my mind would be blown a little bit if it goes against the Rams. I would go to bed immediately and probably not wake up until after the show airs tomorrow.
Well, and the fact that San Francisco hasn't had a home win, aren't they due? Like, couldn't they just come out of nowhere? But again, the injuries, and I just don't see it happening.
That's the thing, yeah. But the Patriots only had one home win the whole season going into yesterday, and then they destroyed the Browns.
Yes.
The NFL is a very difficult place to pick, but this feels like as clear cut of a spread as I'm going to be able to get this weekend, and I would like it all the way up to 6.5 or so.
I agree. This was closer than I thought it would be. So I think you're good taking the Rams, but again, as we saw yesterday, you never know.